Elijah, can you give me some feedback on why you decided to be a part of Bat Path Design?
My dad told me about it, and I heard about you before, and I was just like, that sounds really fun. I'd love to do that and get better as a hitter and excel in the game.
And what were some of the issues that you were having?
Discipline with hitting every day and not working on my craft. Way better than what I did beginning. I do the same drill every day. I like how I got to change it up each day, work on a different part of my swing, and then if I didn't get it right, I can still work on it and get it down, and then keep doing it and get better at it.
Can you describe what the feedback was like?
It took a little bit of time, but then I got it down, and I started seeing it in my game and started getting a lot of base hits and hitting the baseball really hard to the outfield.
Very nice. Did you feel like going through our course helped your confidence at the plate when you started to play?
A lot, much more. I started feeling comfortable and not scared to strike out, being like a defensive batter instead of being here on offense. The pitcher is going to throw you strikes. You just got to hit it.
Nice. And can out of our 12 lessons, which one did you like
Um,
the best?
the kneeling drill, so lesson 3 through 5 or 4.
That's where you got on one knee?
Yes, it was pullbacks and then through the ball, and it was with hammer and then one hand.
What kind of, as you started hitting the ball more in your games, did that light a fire for you to come home and practice more?
Yes, because I wanted to get better at it and keep that consistency of getting on base, hitting the baseball.
Can you describe what it's like to have a hitting instructor anytime that you want some feedback?
It's awesome because then if like you're struggling on some drill, you can ask questions. What do I need to fix? What do I need to do? And you can have a call with him or send a message or post something. This is my swing. What do I need to fix?
What do you recommend taking the course and why?
I I recommend taking the course because one, it's going to help you as a ball player and you as a person. It can help you with the way you think about the game, and I feel like the way you just approach it, and you'll get more confident and more in my game, not think about anything, and go up there and have fun.
Why did you choose to allow me and Elijah to work together?
It's a fun question to answer. I didn't really know what I was getting into. I think as an ex-college baseball player that knows how to teach, I was running into not having the relationship with my son that I wanted to have from a father standpoint because of just his desire to want to work, my desire to want to teach. And then there's a rub there that now, after going through the process, it's not only enhanced our ability to have a great relationship around the game, but it's developed a conversation that we can have that affords me an opportunity to be reinforcing what you're teaching. What drew me in was I have a history with watching how you coached. I also love Cooper's swing. I've gotten to watch him play in person, and it's a swing that's predictable, repeatable, consistent, and that would allow him to perform. And being a switch hitter, making the most of the time and the opportunities that you have when you're practicing, it made a lot of sense for me to, I don't know that necessarily hand it over to you, but to bring you on as that point person to just afford Elijah those opportunities to grow in all the areas that he said.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And just to piggyback on that, can you share then what it's like to watch him go have success after the work that he's put in?
Yeah, for me, the benefit of the program is that one, like you obviously have a gift to be able to interact with ball players and created excitement. And so what happens with these little guys is you get out and you try something and you feel the rhythm of it and then you have success with it, you're going to have a lot more fun. Like we enjoy being successful, and it makes you enjoy a game that's hard already. When you're successful, it grows not just your confidence, but it creates that desire to want to keep working. And so I saw that in him. And so for me as a dad, to see my kid go from being a very disciplined type of hitter to being a kid that kind of got in the box with a little bit of a different swagger. His at bats are high quality at bats, and you know, there are things that you look at. So he's got good rhythm. He's balanced. His bat path is it's not even the same. It's not even close. And those are all things that have put him in position to be successful. And having your kid tell you, Dad, this is awesome. It works. I love it. I'm having a blast. When can we do this again? And just seeing how eager, yeah, he was to train because of that success. It feels good. He loves the game of baseball. He's having success with it. And having a process put in place to develop and design a bat path that performs it's that little unfair advantage, if you will. And as a dad, I loved it. Right, as a baseball guy, he's a switch hitter with a very good swing. And I'll add this: they're really good cage hitters, and then there's the kids who can do it on the field. And what I saw with him was a transition of being a really good cage hitter and not being able to quite get it on the field. I think that had a little bit to do with confidence. I think obviously had a lot to do with bat path. But to see him do it not just in a cage, but to do it on the field and to do it with a level of confidence and swagger that's fun to watch, I mean, the proof is there. And so as a dad, and how can't you not be happy?
Jeremy, if you were speaking to me as another parent, can you tell me what you feel like Elijah actually got out of it that you haven't already shared?
Yeah, what I would tell a parent would be make sure it's player driven. Once he found out and heard the idea and the concepts, Dad, I'm all in. If I'm that parent that has a kid that really wants it, if he's humble enough to get feedback that may be hard to hear, that maybe he hasn't gotten before, if I'm a parent that has a self-driven kid that's pushing me to get lessons and try to develop a high level bat path and swing, this is a no-brainer. It's that good. And the other thing I would tell a parent would be there is such a gift in being able to have someone who teaches. Like for me, it's what I've been trying to teach, right? But it's a gift to have someone who teaches at such a depth and really an interest and commitment to the person, right? That it frees you up from feeling like you're not being the best you can for your kid because he's all in on baseball and I want to be the best teacher I can. I've got that in you, somebody else, right? In you, and then I can be dad. So I can be the cheerleader. But for me, a guy who, like, I can teach hitting. For me to endorse your system and you working with my son, there's not a lot of parents out there that have played college baseball, that have won multiple national championships, and are so trusting of a bat path and swing coach and hitting coach that they would give that up. And I gladly have done that because I see what the difference 12 weeks made in this little guy. I don't know a stronger endorsement, but that's me.
Could you just explain exactly who you are? You say I'm a college hitter, but you're not just a college hitter.
Yeah. So I was a two-sport athlete at LSU. I was on 3 national championship teams. 1999, I led LSU in hitting and batting average in the SEC. In 2000, I led the team in stolen bases at about a 340 something batting average, top 5 on the team in RBIs. I've got a plaque on the outside of the stadium there at LSU as one of the top Omaha players. I know what I'm talking about and I had a lot of success, and I can teach it, and I can instruct it. I'm not foolish enough to think that I've got all the answers. And I can tell you, I prayed for an answer. I'll just straight up, I prayed for an answer that God would provide him what he needed in the game that he loves and in the daddy that he needs. And this absolutely has only strengthened and solidified my relationship with my son. And it has freed me up from the burden of feeling like I let him down if he's not performing well, because his dad was an LSU guy, right? He should be great. And man, I've made a friend and a guy that loves the game and coaches it in such finite detail, but yet it doesn't paralyze the kid, the player. And yeah, I was a very successful, high level college baseball player that loves the game of baseball and but loves his son more. And it's been great, like awesome. I'll say any parent that hasn't had high level baseball experience in college or professionally, they're not going to know necessarily a lot of the details that come with helping a young man learn how to hit and develop a great swing path. What you've done, Mike, is you've taken that process and broken it down in 12 lessons and steps, and they build on each other, and there's a very well designed to it. And it is a process and drills that a young guy like him can do, and it's a process and drills that a guy that's going to be in the big league someday like Cooper can do. And if you have a swing that is a high level swing, you're going to be more successful than the kid that just goes down the street and gets hitting lessons for 60 minutes and has a guy just throw MVP. That doesn't make swings better. Your program does.